showed up here.
I'm looking. It hasn't shown up on. Yep.
Alright. We are live. We have made it through the trials and tribulations. And we are now here. So,
Are here.
hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written Melanin channel, wherever this day may have found you. We are so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and I am here with the one, the only, Miss Audra Russell. And we are here to bring some melanin to your pages. And today, you guys, is one of my favorite times of the Melanin Chat. This is our Melanin Awareness episode. So, you're here. Strap yourself in. Get ready for all these books we got for you. And if you haven't already, this is a free reminder to go ahead and like the video because we're going to have a great time. Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
So, apologies for being late. That's my fault. My bad. Won't happen again, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not lying to you. But, that being said, you guys, author DL White was actually the first one in the chat, so shout out to her. Whoop, whoop. Hey, DL, how you doing?
Hey, DL.
Ashley is here. Benjamin is here. Simone Johnson is here, and she's a special guest, you guys, because she is actually one of the authors on our list today. So, whoop, whoop. Who else? Camille is here. So, let us... Are we going to just jump into the books? Do we have a melanin spotlight? I feel like the whole episode is like a melanin spotlight.
Yeah, the whole episode is a melanin spotlight. You know.
Spotlight.
Spotlight. Listen. You can just let that slide away, right, Chelsea?
You never let anything slide with me, so absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm still catching flack for stuff, so no. No.
Ever, man. Yes. It's a spotlight.
Yeah.
Melanin Spotlight. Hi, Dustin. That's another one of my authors that I'm going to be showcasing today. Welcome to the Melanin Chat.
My mama's here, y'all. Hey, Ma. How you doing?
Hey, Mama Deborah. How are you? Yay.
I was supposed to send you the link, and I'm sorry. But you found it, so it's all good. My bad. It's been a day. So... And also, today is my aunt's birthday, you guys. I don't know if she's watching, but my aunt, who is the house that we moved into, today's her birthday. I don't know if she wants me to tell her age, but she's great. She's amazing. She's wonderful. So,
yay. Happy birthday on that. We have a lot of things in common. Today is my parents' 53rd wedding anniversary. So.
Did you say 53?
53.
That's a long time to be with someone. I respect it.
Especially, never mind. In case they find this.
Not in case they find it. All right. Well. My
daddy can be a handful. Let's just leave it at that. But yes, 53 years today. So. Yes.
That's what's up.
Yay.
That's what's up. So. I was going to say something and my brain stopped in the middle of that sentence. So y'all can probably already tell what kind of day it's going to be. But that is fine. Because we're going to jump into these books. So like I said earlier, today we are sharing some of our books. We always have more for you than we usually have time for. But I digress. This is a Melanin Chat. So all these books are by Black authors. And today, you guys, we are talking about sci-fi and fantasy book picks. Some of them you may have heard of. Some of them you may not have. Some of them are indie. Some of them are traditional. Some of them are self-published. But they're all worth giving a chance. There are links to all these books down in the description box below if anything piques your interest. A lot of them will take you to the Melanin Library because if you haven't checked it out yet, you totally should. Okay? Just saying. At this point, I think we've got like over 1,300 books in the library, which is kind of fun, kind of wild. Shout out to Ma, because she's the one who puts in the books. So she's the goat.
Yes, Mom, you the woman.
I'm going to mention that every time because she works hard, you guys. That being said, yeah, let's just get into these books. And as always, you guys know the chat is live. So if y'all have picks, opinions, thoughts, throw them in there. And yeah, we're here to have a good time.
And no, Ashley, I'm not going to be militant today. At least not yet.
That's what she say.
If she give me some fodder to be militant with, I will. You know I will.
Fodder? I'm just existing in America. I don't know what you mean.
When you give the Black book Twitter chatter That gives me fodder.
You know what? Twitter has been kind of chill this week, actually, which is nice. All the other news has been kind of terrible, but you know, what do we expect at this point? When I see black people in the news with anything with the military, same thing, the cops, I'm just like, oh damn, all right.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Same thing,
But let's get into these first picks. Audra, I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll share mine.
Okay, listen, Ashley, sit down. She talking about I will be.
Don't let Ashley goad you. Don't let Ashley be an instigator. Right?
Ashley's trolling. We love us some Ashley, y'all. She be making our days bright around here.
For sure.
Okay, so I have 10 authors. Some of them are series, so I will talk about the first book in the series. And I'll just read the synopsis for the first book, but I will share that it's a series if it is a series. And there's an ant. I'm not trying to have a thing crawling on me. I just had to make sure, because you was about to see me exit real quick if there was something. Listen, this house is 1950. Spiders, crickets be coming up in my house. I don't know how they get in. I had to make sure.
Baby, I don't do spiders. I don't either. I said, if there's a spider, if you ever see me. Side note, because we are going to get to these books, you guys. But side note, if y'all know, y'all been on the chat, y'all been visiting, y'all know LaCase. She was the previous co-host before life separated us, right? So I was talking to her because we was doing writing sprints. If you don't know, we do have a Discord chat for black authors. If you're interested in joining and you're black, hit me up on Instagram. I'll send you a link. We do writers workshops, sprints. We have a good time, talk about black stuff. It's a great time, right? Right, Audra? You're in it. You enjoy it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So anyway, me and LaCase were doing sprints. And one thing I love about LaCase that I don't understand, she's amazing, but I don't understand this part of her. She likes to go outside. And if you know me, I don't like to do that. Like the outdoors. What? Why? That's confusing, right?
I love outside too, so.
Okay, well, we was on the sprint, and she's like, I'm gonna ride outside today because it's so nice. I didn't get the fresh air, right? I mean, like, we've got a nice lawn chair, and I just need the fresh air. I want to be outside. I was like, oh, that's so great for you. I'm happy for you, right? And then I was like, I don't go outside because spiders, right? I'm paranoid that if I sit outside still, they will find me. And lo and behold, we're here doing our little sprint, and in the middle of talking, our little check-in, she's like, oh my God! And then she just disappears. Then she comes back and she's like, Chelsea, a spider just landed in my lap. And I'm like, see? That's why I don't go outside. Prime example of why I don't go outside. And she's like, okay, look, we're just going to do the next sprint. I'm going to go inside. I'm packing my stuff. We're going to go inside. This is it. This is the end of the outdoor time. I was like, see? That's on you. Shouldn't have gone outside. So, just since you brought up spiders, that was a real thing that happened.
I love outside. I garden. I grow my own food. But, it's God's little joke. I don't like the bugs. Like an ant, I can handle. The worms, I have learned not to completely freak the hell out when I see them because they're good for the soil. But anything beyond that, I'll be jumping out my garden real quick.
And worms don't bother me. Worms and caterpillars don't bother me, like, at all. If it flies, if it crawls, if it flutters, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Caterpillars crawl, Chelsea.
Okay, but they don't bother me. Okay, because they're like worms. Okay, they inch. Okay, when I say crawl, I mean like spiders crawl. And they jump. This is not like spiders. They just be floating in the air. You don't see their webs. You walk into them. Then they jump and they crawl and stuff. They defy gravity. I don't like spiders. They don't make no sense. Okay?
Yeah. But see, Dustin talking about centipedes. Yeah, if I see a centipede, the whole entire US of A is going to know that I've seen a centipede because I will come out my skin. I can't. We had them when I was a kid at my house, and them things was long and all them legs, and they just...
So, we're going to stop grossing ourselves out with the talk of bugs and things we don't like. Also,
Jean.
Simone and Jean. First of all, Jean, hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? But also, you guys, message me on Discord, and I will send you the link for... Message me on Discord. God dang. message me on Instagram. I'm at Written in Melanin. Just send me a message and be like, hey, I was on the chat. I would like the link to the Discord, and I will send it to you. Yeah, cool. We're happy to have you. If you are interested, we are doing writing sprints tomorrow, at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We are doing writing sprints, so if that interests you, for sure, let me get the link. Let me know. I will run my mouth, so I'm be quiet, and I'm just gonna give you her first book, and then I'm gonna give you my book, and we're gonna
go back and forth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. My first book is called Elemental. It's by Whitney Hill. And it is book number 1 in the Shadows of Other Side series. And this is the synopsis for the first book. Enter an urban fantasy world where elves, vampires, wares, djinn, and others maintain a precarious balance of power in North Carolina. Welcome to Other Side. Private investigator and sylph Arden Finch is determined to come out of the shadows and practice her forbidden magic. There's just one problem. The elves have a bounty on elementals like her. When an elf hires Arden without realizing what she is, she seizes the chance to gain leverage in the dangerous world of Other Side, even if it means risking exposure. But as the case grows more perilous, Arden draws the attention of the region's deadliest power players. Fans of Kim Harrison, Faith Hunter, and the early Anita Blake series will find a kick-ass heroine to love in Arden.
I always love getting descriptions and like the back of the book and synopses. They just make me happy. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so great.
Yes. Like if I could download books into my brain and have a way to just like experience the whole book by just sitting there and like I would, because that's why I have so many books.
I believe it. I'm one of those people where I'm like, I love to read books, but I know that I can only read it for the first time once. So I'm like, I have to be prepared. I have to be ready for this experience, right? Because once it's done, it's done. And I don't want to just like fly through the book. But also, Read Love Listen is here. Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
welcome to the chat.
You doing? welcome.
All right. But that being said, I'm going to tell you guys, you know, Audra is the GOAT because she's always on the indie authors. And I respect her because I'm like, baby, where you be finding the books? Because I would like to know. And also, please submit them to the Melanin Library. If you are an indie author, you know someone who is an indie author, or you know an author who is just straight up black. It ain't indie, self-published, traditional, whatever. You know an author who is black. Please encourage them to submit their book to the Melanin Library because our goal is to make books visible and seen and findable by the people who are looking for them. So, yeah. That's my plug. If you haven't already, like this stream because it doesn't hurt you and it's free. Okay, moving on. My first book is actually a children's book by Zetta Elliott. It's called Dragons in a Bag. And this one caught my eye because I was like, oh, cute, fantasy. And I was like, why haven't I heard of this book before? This is it. This is the one on screen right now, right? Dragons in a Bag. But yeah, the description reads, when Jackson is sent to spend the day with the mean old lady his mother calls Ma, he finds out she's not his grandmother, but she is a witch. She needs his help delivering baby dragons to a magical world where they'll be safe. There are 2 rules when it comes to the dragons. Don't let them out of the bag, and don't feed them anything sweet. Before he knows it, Jax and his friends Vikram and Kavita have broken both rules. Will Jax get the baby dragons delivered safe and sound, or will they be lost in Brooklyn forever? So, I was just like, yes, give me the little black boy with dragons. I'm here for it. Like,
absolutely, that sounds cute.
Right? So, I was excited. So, and it's got a really cute cover. So, if you have a youngin' in your life that you care about, I would definitely recommend this book. I haven't read it, but it's so cute. I'm like, at least they can do is look at it and be excited, right?
Right, exactly. Or you could just buy the book and just stare at the cover.
Honestly, I mean, like, let's be real, you guys. We're all readers. How many of us have bought a book knowing good and well we weren't finna read it? We just wanted to look cute on our shelf. So when people come over, we'd be like, oh my God, look at my shelf. It's so impressive.
Guilty.
Hey,
Guilty.
I'm just saying. I need that impression when you walk through the door, like, ooh, you've got so many books. I'm like, and then I can follow it up and be like, yeah, and they're all black authors. Isn't it great? They're like, wow, that's so amazing, Chelsea. You're so fantastic. I know. So that's the conversation that I imagine going on in my head. Just so you know.
Listen, because you are awesome, Chelsea.
Thank
and we all need to tell you that more. You
I
are awesome. You are
appreciate
amazing.
that. You are too, Audra. I really mean that. This is
I mean it too.
Yay! Okay.
Yay.
All right,
Black
Eva.
love. It's so wonderful.
It's so wonderful. Okay, so shout out to Eva, who is here in the chat. Also, I saw somebody else pop up. Shamey is here. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Yes.
Okay. Eva said, sorry if this is a question everyone knew a year ago and I'm slow, but if I use your link below, it redirects to Amazon. Is that the best way to buy for a credit to the Melanin Library? Yes. So thank you for asking that question. That is such a great question. I appreciate that so much. So the Melanin Library, you guys, if you go to it, it will, if you click on the link on the Melanin Library, it will take you to Amazon to get the book, and it's an affiliate link. So that means if you buy the book, it's not going to cost you anymore. There's nothing added to the price of the book, but Amazon will send a small kickback to Written in Melanin Library so that we can continue to support the Melanin Library. And it's not, like I said, it's just a little something. So if you want to support, the easiest way to do is by clicking on the affiliate links, and the affiliate links down in the description box are also affiliate links. So whether you click on go to the Melanin Library first and that takes you to Amazon, or whether you just click the Amazon link that I provided for you down in the description box, all of that support is Written in Melanin, and I appreciate you greatly if you decide to purchase the book using it. So yeah, that was my little spiel. Also, you guys, I'm going to say this because I saw D.L. White in the comments. And I bought a book from her recently. I know this is sometimes weird for people because they trust Amazon and like Barnes and Noble and like Bookshop and stuff. But if you know an indie author and they sell books on their own website, please buy the book from them on their own website, because that means if the book is $4, right? It's $4 on Amazon, it's $4 on their site. If you spend $4 on their site, they get that whole $4. If you spend $4 on Amazon, they get like 30 cents. So just be mindful of that. Like, you're still supporting the author either way, but they get all of the money on their own website, and it's not anything that you need to worry about because we're all on the internet. And if something goes wrong, guess what? You can track that, cancel that. It's not going to affect anything. So throwing that out there, support your indie authors the best way you can.
And to piggyback on that, if you happen to see the author on like Instagram and you're going to buy their book, either leave a comment under one of their posts or ask them in a DM, how do you prefer that I buy your book? Do you want me to buy straight from your site or from Amazon? Because sometimes they'll say, I don't care either way. Someone like me, you can't get my book on Amazon. You can only get it on my site. But whenever I have authors on my show, I always ask them, how do you prefer that I get your book? Amazon? Do you have it on your site? You know, whatever. So just ask.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because most people will tell you, because if you're into like historical fantasy, LaCase wrote a book, Across the Broken Tide, and it's available currently for pre-order on the Written in Melanin site. And personally, I would prefer you pre-order it if you're going to get the ebook. If you're going to get the ebook, because that's all that's available on the Written in Melanin site, I would prefer you order it from us, because, like I said, we get the full payout for that, and it's the same file. So it's not like you're getting a different version of the book if you get it from Amazon. If you have a Kindle, you will still get the Kindle file with the cover and everything else from the website. It's just, I know on Amazon we made it $5 because, like I said, we don't get that whole piece of change. But if you get it from the website, it's $4.19. So just throwing that out there if you want to go pre-order the book. I mean, it's a good, not even $5 well spent. So.
Yep. Okay, so we ready for the next book?
Yes, and I also wanted to say, Eva, no problem. Thank you for asking. I was looking for a chance to try to clear that up, so I'm glad that I could help.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, and Read, Love, Listen brought something up, too, about Kindle Unlimited. Y'all, don't let me forget to talk about Kindle Unlimited after Audra shares we share our next books.
Okay. So my next author is Chase Bowling. I had him on my show last year, and he has an amazing series, which includes The Road of Resistance and The War We Make. It's called the Vanguard series. Amazing, amazing, amazing books. I'm actually having him on my show tomorrow again, because we're going to be doing, at the end of every month, I do an Anything Goes series, and we talk about whatever topic I pick. And tomorrow's topic is sci-fi, so we're going to be talking about blacks in sci-fi.
Ooh.
Amazing author. Think of books like, or movies like The 300. This is like The 300, but with all black people. It's
Whoop, whoop.
amazing.
You know I'm down for that.
Yep. So here is the description for The Road of Resistance. When Cassette woke up to prepare for work, he never expected his day to end in blood and triumph. When hate groups and corrupt police threaten his home, Cassette uses his love of history, fantasy books, and martial arts, along with his criminal past, to lead his community in battle against tyranny. If you loved books like Game of Thrones or books like The Hunger Games, this contemporary fantasy is a must-read, with action like The Witcher and perspective like The Coldest Winter Ever. The Road of Resistance is perfect for fans of Octavia Butler, Brandon Sanderson, or Sarah J. Maas. Penned by African-American fiction rising star Chase Bowling, this epic fantasy delivers a unique blend of romance, military fiction, and sword and sorcery to create an almost Arthurian, grim, dark tale of political uprising in the inner city. With a cast of diverse characters, the heart of a Tom Clancy political thriller, and the soul of a Bernard Cornwell historical fiction, the Vanguard series is a must-have addition to any sci-fi fantasy lover's bookshelf, and sure to be among your top 10 dystopian novels or top 10 post-apocalyptic books. And it is all that. And if you are into swords and martial arts, like, the scenes are so descriptive. It really just, you can see it all playing out. It's a really great series.
Okay, dope. You know what I love about you, Audra, is that you have actually read a lot of these books, and I respect that. Like, I want to read more, and I be trying, and then I'm like, ooh, but I also have to do editing, but ooh, I also have to do formatting, ooh, but I also have to, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna read it after I do this, and this, and this. Okay, bet. And then all of that's done, I'm like, ooh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I should probably go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I have a little less on my plate than you do. So I have plus I like to read for my show. So all the books here I have not read yet, but they are authors who are going to be on the show. So other than Chase, I will have read them before the end of the year. Yeah. So, but because I just feel like it makes it more interesting to actually be able to talk about the book in depth rather than just, reading the back of the book and then asking them questions. I like to get inside these authors' heads about their characters and stuff like that. So
that is another reason why you guys should definitely check out the Between the Reads podcast. There's a link to Audra's website down below, so you can do that. And she's also on the front page of the library, on the Melanin library, so you can check it out there as well. So, slight plug.
Thank you for that plug.
Yeah, I got you. It's good stuff. If it was trash, I wouldn't tell anybody about it, being honest. So alright. I'm just being honest. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't tell anybody about it. But, yeah, she has a podcast, you guys. Yeah. Alright. Alright.
Is this why we love Chelsea?
I'm honest, if nothing else, okay? Alright. So my next book is also another children's book, just in case there are parents watching this. It is actually traditionally published. It's by Rena, I think that's how you say her name, Rena Barron, and it's called Maya and the Rising Dark. There's actually the sequel. I want to say it's already out. The cover is released, and it's on the website. Can't remember the name of it, but it's Maya and something. But the first one, Maya and the Rising Dark, let me just read the back of the book before I try to summarize, okay? In this highly anticipated contemporary fantasy, 12-year-old Maya's search for her missing father puts her at the center of a battle between our world, the Orishas, and the mysterious and sinister Dark World. Perfect for fans of Arushas and the end of time and the Serpent's Secret. 12-year-old Maya is the only one in her Southside Chicago neighborhood who witnesses weird occurrences like were hyenas stalking the streets at night and a scary man made of shadows plaguing her dreams. Her friends try to find an explanation, perhaps a ghost uprising or a lunchroom experiment gone awry. But to Maya, it sounds like something from one of her papa's stories or her favorite comics. When Papa goes missing, Maya is thrust into a world both strange and familiar as she uncovers the truth. Her father is the guardian of the veil between our world and the dark, where an army led by the Lord of Shadows, the man from Maya's nightmares, awaits. Maya herself is a godling, half Orisha and half human, and her neighborhood is a safe haven. But now that the okay, this is kind of a weird analogy, but you know, like how when you're wherever you go, I feel like the Orisha are kind of like that because I feel like I've been running into so many books lately that when when you're talking about black fantasy, it pulls from the myth of the Orishas, and I'm not mad at it. But also,
Right.
I was just like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool, cool, cool.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so, yeah,
Absolutely. Love it. I love seeing us because
for sure.
sci-fi up until recently was always
Mm,
white men, you know. It wasn't even white women. It was mostly white male dominated, white worlds, white everything. So I love that sci-fi has us in it, that we're in these spaces and we've actually been in these spaces for a while. We just don't
mm-hmm.
get the recognition that we
And
deserve.
And see, that's kind of my thing about the Melanin Library is because I'm like, let's being real is like we are in these spaces. It's just sometimes difficult to find ourselves in these spaces because the things that are pushed on us are not
Right.
the books with the characters who look like us or written by the authors who look like us. So,
Exactly.
um, the
Exactly.
idea behind all of this, like I said, is melanin awareness. Like even if it's not a book that you yourself would read or buy, like just knowing that they exist and they're in this space, you know,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
not feeling like if you want to write fantasy, like you're the first or no one's done it or what have you. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
But that being said, I found the person that I missed. Diddy Miss is here. So hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Also, Thug Poet is here. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
And
Suck.
and that actually brings me back to what I was going to tell you guys about Kindle Unlimited because one of the comments, I want to say it was Read Love Listen who said it. Basically they were like, if you have Kindle Unlimited, which if you guys don't know is basically Amazon's subscription service, you pay a couple of dollars a month and you get access to all of the books that are put in the Kindle Unlimited library. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a lending library, so you can get up, I want to say like 10 books.
It's 10 books at a time. Yep.
And you can check it out and you can read the book without having to pay for it. I mean, you pay for it in your subscription, but you don't have to pay the asking price of said book.
Right.
So if you read a lot, it's a really good, what am I trying to say? Resource to have, because a lot of indie authors will put their books on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited in the Kindle Unlimited library. But the thing is, you cannot, if you want to support the author, you cannot just check out the book on Kindle Unlimited. You have to actually read the book because the way Kindle Unlimited works is they pay out the author based on the number of pages that are read. So if you don't read to the end, then that author will not get paid for that book, if that makes sense. So if you're doing it to support, read the book. That was the public service announcement. Good Lord.
Yes. See, that's what you get for making fun of me earlier.
Look, I know my shortcomings and I embrace them. Okay, you're the one who always is coming for me. Like I know. Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, let's get moving.
Okay.
My next book is The Scions Descent by Simone Johnson, who is here in the chat room with us today, y'all.
Whoop whoop.
Reach out
Hey,
to
Simone.
Hey, Simone, how you doing? And she is on Instagram. And Simone, you could drop your Instagram handle in the chat room so people can link up with you. So we have The Scions Descent. It is the first in the installment of the Falling Scion series. Yoli is the scion of the Shore delegation. She has been groomed her whole life to one day take the seat of delegate from her father, shepherd of the Shore delegation. After having a run-in with the post trader, she is whisked away and meets her long-lost sister. This mysterious sister not only brings lies that tear down the foundation of Yoli's faith in the Shore delegation, but also sets her on a journey that will change her life forever. Yoli begins to fall from grace as a scion and into a world that will force her to rediscover herself, on every level possible. And Simone is going to be on the show in August when I am doing all sci-fi all month long. This sounds like a great book, and I cannot wait to read it.
Sounds good. And since Simone is actually in the chat, this is your opportunity. If you want anybody to know anything about the book before you go on the podcast, this is your chance. Drop it in the chat. You know, let us know. What should we know about your book? What should be? Were you excited about? What should we? What should we keep an eye out for? That's what I was trying to say. Like, what should we be excited about? Okay? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm struggling. I'm struggling so hard. That was an epic fail. Okay? Epic fail. Okay.
Okay, and I was just informed Thug Poet is my author, Chase Bowling, who did the Road of Resistance and The War We Make. I did not realize that.
Okay.
It's him. So hi, Chase. How are you doing? Welcome to the Between the Reads.
See, she's trying to take over, y'all. She's trying to take over, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I promise don't come for me.
Like, not Between the Reads. It's the Melanin Chat. Welcome to the Melanin Chat, Chase.
Welcome to the Melanin Chat, Chase. I'm so sorry. I'm here with the mic, and my brain is like Between the Reads. So I'm sorry.
Y'all saw how she just tried to instate a mutiny just that quick. like, dang. She on the show for 3 episodes, and she ready to take over. Okay.
And Eva, thank you for ordering Science Descent. We appreciate your support.
Yep. Whoop, whoop. See, I love it. Support Black authors, you guys. Support indie authors. Like, I'm so down for this. Okay. I was finna say something. Somebody said something smart in the chat, and I was gonna comment on it. And it's lost in the void, and it's gone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That being said, moving on to the next book. Okay.
Movie God.
All right. So, as you guys can tell, Eva said Dragons in a Bag, which is $7 for the paperback. So, check that out, because $7 for a children's book, specifically featuring a black boy in fantasy, is, like, dope. So, pick that one up for sure. I might pick it up for my nephew. I mean, he can't read yet, but, I mean, he's going to read eventually, right? So,
plus $7 is a great deal for a book. You can't beat that.
Right. So, Mama, if you still watching this, that would be a great one for AJ if you want to pick it up. Just saying. That being said, my next book, you guys, I think I just realized as I'm giving you guys these books that I totally picked a theme for the books that I'm sharing this week, and I didn't realize it until, like, I'm saying them now. But, girls gotta type, okay? So, the next one is TJ Young and the Gatekeeper Staff. And if you guys don't know, this one's actually by Antoine Mandela. I read his book By Sea and Sky, and he's a really dope writer. He's also a indie publisher, black indie publisher, which I respect. I've got other books that he's published. He's also did the Knucklehead Fred series, and he's got another series that I can't think of off the top of my head. But he's dope. For sure, check him out. He has a young adult novel coming out on Juneteenth, so June 19th. TJ Young and the Gatekeeper Staff. So, this is a description. I'm actually really excited for this book. I'll talk about it after I read the description. How about that? I'll give you something to reference. All right. TJ Young has been surrounded by magic his entire life, yet he has never tapped into it until now. 14-year-old TJ grew up normal in a secret community of gifted diviners in the heart of modern-day Los Angeles. His powerful sister was ordained to lead his people into a new age of prosperity, but her mysterious death in Nigeria threatens to destroy the very foundations of TJ's world. Desperate to pick up where his sister left off and uncover the secrets behind her questionable death, TJ commits himself to unlocking the magical heritage that has always eluded him. So he enrolls in Camp Alusa, Alosa, a remedial magic school for the divinely less than gifted in the humid swamps of New Orleans. But little does he know, TJ is destined to cross paths with the powerful spirits of old, thought lost to time, the Orishas. Delve into this young adult fantasy based on the mythology of the West African gods, where TJ will encounter unlikely allies, tough as gator hide instructors, and the ancient secrets of the Orishas. So, girls got a type, but also, I feel like I said, lots of Orishas coming out.
Orishas are the bomb.
Yeah.
They are the bomb. They are
So, and this is the cover on screen now for TJ Young. It just swiped off, but it's a dope cover. Like I am blessed enough to receive an early copy of it to read and review. So I'm really excited to get into it. And I was telling probably my mom because I talk to her a lot, but I was excited to get the book, and I was telling my mom that it kind of reminds me of like a not an exact parallel, but it kind of reminds me of Amari and the Night Brothers in the description. I haven't read either book, so keep in mind this is a very surface level comparison. But you also, with Amari and the Night Brothers, you have a black girl who's going to a magical school and discovering magic for the first time. And in TJ Young, you have a 14-year-old boy who is going to a magic school and learning magic to figure out what happened to his sister. And Amari's trying to figure out what happened to her brother. So there are comparisons there, but I feel like we are so blessed to be in a generation whereas as our black children and preteens and teenagers can have books of fantasy that represent themselves, because like when I was growing up, like I only had Harry Potter. Like I had to find myself in those white characters. That was it. I didn't have other options. But now it's just like you've got Maya, you've got TJ, you've got Dragons in a Bag, you have got Amari, you have got so many books of fantasy where it's just like you can find yourself in any of them. And they're based in what I love about the Orishas, like there are a lot of Orishas, but also they're West African mythology, West African gods. So it's just like also something to root yourself in other than just like having to be like rooted in like the Greek gods or something like that. Because let me tell you, ain't none of them Greek gods black. Ain't not a one. Not a one. They didn't even have a dark skinned one, like a tan one. They were all really, really pale and light skinned. I remember because I took Latin. So 3 years forced to take that. Never came into use except for in this moment. So but yeah, so for sure check it out. You can pre-order the book on Amazon. Link is down below. And like I said, we support Black indies, so
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I'm not alone. So Read, Love, Listen saw the similarities, could see the similarities as well. And I also agree with Simone. Like, these book covers are dope, y'all. Like,
they really are.
I'm so excited about all of these. I'm gonna be quiet now because I'm gonna come run my mouth and I'm gonna let Audra give you her next book.
My next one is Dustin Cummings, who is also here in the chat. What's up,
whoop.
Dustin? Whoop, whoop. And his book is Empire's Wake. He's going to be on my show as well. And this is part of a series, Exiles of a Gilded Moon. This is the first book in the series. So here's the synopsis. What would you do if the world suddenly fell apart around you? How would you cope if everything you knew faced its ultimate destruction? How far would you journey, and what would you risk to save those that you loved? Darshima, a young man taking his first steps into adulthood, experiences the unexpected invasion and disastrous fall of his homeland. Captured as a slave to toil in a foreign world, he struggles daily for survival. As he adapts to his harsh reality, he learns of a secret buried deep within that might liberate him, unshackle his people, and break an empire. Okay? Yeah. When I tell y'all I'm so excited to read all these sci-fi authors that are coming on my show in August and throughout the rest of the year, I am really excited because to see us in sci-fi is really amazing.
I'm like, I gotta process.
Right.
Read, Love, Listen asks what was the title. So can you give her the title and the author one more time?
Yes, it is Empire's Wake. So just look for that title, Empire's Wake by Dustin Cummings.
Yep, and link down in the description box below. And since Dustin is on the chat, and oh, Chase, we didn't know that Thug Poet was you when you were here. But also, you guys who are here, if we're talking about your book, please drop your ats so we can follow you on social media, and also
absolutely.
let us know what you're most excited about for your book that you think we should be excited about, so that we have something to like prep ourselves when we go get the book, if that makes sense. Like something that's not in the summary. A little tidbit, a little extra. Okay.
Little something.
Little something. Throw it in the chat.
Break you off a little something. Ducky, ducky, quack, quack.
Not the finger guns. Not the finger guns. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay, I'm now a ghost telling you about my next book.
Okay.
Okay. Chase, the list, all of the books that were mentioned, like all 20 of them, are down in the description box below. I tried to do my best and make sure that the title was there, so if I missed any, just let me know and I'll go back and add it. But yeah, so that being said, my next book is I Am Magical, Magnifique Noir, book 1, and I'm a dum-dum because I didn't actually write down the author, so give me a second. Brianna D. Lawrence. Look at me coming up short today. I'm telling you, today has been a day, you guys.
It has been a day, y'all. Chelsea works so hard, y'all. I just give her a round of applause. Chelsea's just awesome. So much she does. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out how to show you guys the Melanin Library if you guys haven't actually checked it out. But the book that I picked is, like I said, I Am Magical, Magnifique Noir, book 1 by Brianna D. Lawrence. And the back of the book reads, "The revolution will be magical. There's a city. It's like most other cities. Buildings, people, monsters who can destroy sidewalks by vomiting acid onto the ground, and an elite group of black, queer, magical girls who work to put those monsters in their place. See? Just like most other cities." Bree Danvers would have compared it to a video game, maybe a cartoon or comic book, except black girls are rarely the heroines of the story. But there her heroine stood, plus size and wonderful, rocking a dazzling amount of purple and defeating monsters with galactic sparkles. Galactic Purple, that was her name, and soon Bree was joining her on a magical adventure full of transformations and after-school battles to defend a city like most other cities. And soon, others would join them, and each one would be magical in her own right. Give or take a few bumps on the acid-covered ground. So, I liked this one, you guys, because first of all, I don't know if when the cover pops up, you can take a look at it. But the cover is, when I tell you, I live for magical black girls. I live for magical black girls. So if you like Sailor Moon, or if you know what Sailor Moon was and you liked it, or transformations of any type, this is probably going to be right up your alley. I'm down for it. Always. I don't think this one is a comic. I want to say it's like an actual novel, but I know that there are 2 parts. The first one is I Am Magical. I don't know the second one. I'm not even gonna lie. But I know the cover is just as cute because they caught my eye when I was scrolling through the library. I was like, ooh, this is cute. What is this? So, that being said, check it out if you like magical girl transformations and defeating monsters. Like, who doesn't want that? Anyway, not gonna run my mouth. Audra, it's your turn.
Okay, my next one is what, baby?
I was just letting you know we're coming up on like 45 minutes, so
I know. Okay, so I have AJ Ross, House of Rahelius is the name of the book, and it's a Sword Nation Saga series. And I'm going to try and read fast. One hero, one warrior, one rebel. 3 years after the murder of his father, 17-year-old Lincoln still struggles to cope. He gets engaged to his childhood crush, the princess, and feels his life may finally be starting to turn around. Days before his wedding, a ship from the neighboring planet Kyora arrives with passengers fleeing enslavement by the Prime Minister and infamous pirate Rahelius. Lincoln refuses to ignore their suffering. He vows to journey to Kyora and kill the Prime Minister, becoming a hero to the oppressed. But heroism has its demands. Is he willing to pay the ultimate price? And I'll leave it at that because I don't want to keep it's a pretty long description. But it sounds really also coming on the show as well. So,
ooh,
yay!
Ooh. So
Yep.
give name and title one more time.
That was House of Rahilius.
House of
R A
Rahilius.
yes, Rahilius, and that's by A.J. Ross.
Okay.
And that's a series. It's part of the Sword Nation Saga series. And I believe A.J. Ross. I don't know if A.J. Ross checked in, but she said she was going to be on. She might.
AJ Ross, if you're here, drop your handle.
Hello.
Say hello.
Yes. Your turn.
Hold on. So, you guys, for some reason, this didn't pop up on the chat, but Simone said that she's giving away copies of the Scions Desert Book 1. And you can find more information out on her Twitter at just Simone. So, for sure, check that out, because we're always down for a giveaway, too. You know.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know it. Always.
Also, this is a free reminder that if you watch this far, that means you like the stream. So go ahead and tap that thumbs up button because it's absolutely free and does no harm to you. So, okay. No. All right, I'm gonna forbid that on the channel. Y'all see how she's trying to send me. Y'all see how she's trying to instigate. I'm not even looking at her right now, and I can tell that she's doing it. Nope, I refuse. So my next book, you guys. Okay.
Breathe.
A Ruin of Shadows, A Tale of Betrayal, Assassins, and Jinn by L.D. Lewis, you guys. So this one's actually a collection of short stories, I believe. And the back of the book reads, General Danya Edo, I hope I said that right, is a legend, head of the celebrated Borhian Empire's military and possessor of a mask of untold power. She has raised her shadow army of 7 assassins from childhood, but mounting disillusionment over a life of brutality, a petulant emperor, and prodding from the artful Djinni forced her to defy orders for the first time in her 30-year career. When the Empire decides they no longer need Edo, they must decide that if they can... Jesus, I made up words. When the Empire decides they no longer need Edo, if they can get the mask, she must face the monsters of her own making and the legacy they've turned against her. I struggled through that. But also, what you need to know is we got an assassin who can raise... assassin. She has raised her shadow army of 7 assassins from childhood. So, Come on. What are we here for? Right. Assassins.
There we go. When do we want them? Now.
So I love a good assassin, especially if they're assassins who actually do their job, because I feel like we don't get enough of those in the in our stories. I love a good morally straight character sometimes, but also give me some dark characters who make questionable choices. Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
So, I'm always down for that. I think we have time for one more book each, and then we're going to have to start wrapping this up.
Okay, well, I'm just going to read the titles of the other books so that people know, which they are down below, which is, there's a Jericho Cutter series. It's a comic book series by Odd Ninja Media, and that's actually the handle on Instagram. You can look them up. Mm-hmm. Jessica Cage wrote Rise of the Elites series, and that has, at least 4 books in them. It has Reign of the White Phoenix, House of Blue Flame, Order of the Shadow Dynasty, Ascension of the Blood Throne, Trials of the Black Throne, and Fellowship of the Last Fallen. So that's Jessica Cage if you want to go look her up. And then I have The Dome by Nova Sparks and Immortal by Valjean Jeffers. And Valjean Jeffers is a big-time horror writer, sci-fi writer, dystopian, and she's also on Instagram. So I will read the Odd Ninja, the Jericho Cutter series, because that's short. So it's Odd Ninja Media's debut comic, Jericho Cutter, is a dark, action-packed cyberpunk sci-fi series that follows the journey of a man with no memory of his identity as he pieces together memories of his past to achieve his true power and save the world from the oppressive, malevolent, and powerful organization that is hunting him. Yeah, sounds really good. And his cover's really cool, too. It's up on the screen.
I did see that. I saw the cover, and I was like, oh, this looks dope. What is this? But also... I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people where if I have a lost memory story, I've got to be really careful with it because, baby, sometimes I'm just like, can we get some revelations happening? Because I'm getting a little frustrated. So I gotta pick and choose which I lost all my memory and I don't know who I am stories I go for.
Right. Yeah.
But that's just me personally. That's a personal hang up. Don't listen to me. Go get the book. All right.
Right.
But yeah, so following in Audra's footsteps, the list of the books that I have, we've got Born of Nether by Kish Knight, Far Sector #1 by Nk Jemisin, which is a comic book. We also have She Who Hears All Whispers, which is another short story collection. Stone and Steel by Ebony Dunbar, and then The Given by Colby R. Rice. And if I'm not, the one for The Given for Colby R. Rice, you guys can check it out, but that one does come with a content warning for coarse language, intense violence, suggestive things, and aberrant behavior. So reader discretion is advised. So yeah, and that one is actually horror. So when you go looking for books this October to read, definitely check that one out. That was The Given by Colby R. Rice. But since you picked a comic book, Audra, I will read the one for Far Sector by Nk Jemisin. She's obviously, we know Nk Jemisin is not indie.
Nk Jemisin.
But she's amazing, and she actually writes comics, and I didn't know that. There's 11 issues of this out currently. So if you like the first one, you have more to look forward to. So yeah. Nk Jemisin, the acclaimed, award-winning author of the Broken Earth inheritance sci-fi fiction. Let me try again, you guys. I'm sorry.
She's getting herself composed. Side note, Nk Jemisin has a masterclass for all those writers out there.
She does. I need to watch it. Before they ask me to re-up on some more money.
Okay, come on, baby.
Nk,
get your shit together.
I'm trying. Okay. All right. Nk Jemisin, the acclaimed award-winning author of the Broken Earth and Inheritance science fiction trilogies, makes her comic book debut with best-selling Naomi Artist. That sentence isn't messed up. That's how it came, right? Makes her comic book debut with best-selling Naomi Artist Jalal Campbell as they thrust you into a stunning sci-fi murder mystery on the other side of the universe. For the past 6 months, newly chosen Green Lantern Sojourner Joe Mullen has been protecting the city enduring a massive metropolis of 20 billion people. The city has maintained peace for over 500 years by stripping its citizens of their ability to feel. As a result, violent crime is virtually unheard of and murder is non-existent. But that's all about to change in this new maxi-series that gives a DC young animal spin to the legacy of the Green Lanterns. I struggle with that so hard. I swear it sounds like an interesting description. You should check it out. Click the link below, if nothing else, and read it for yourself, because I stumbled through that like a first grader and I don't know how to apologize to you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, baby. She's working hard, y'all. She's working. When I tell y'all, you'll have no idea how hard Chelsea works behind the scenes. She works hard. She works hard, y'all.
But yeah, that being said,
I'm trying to smooth it over for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
Just Simone said that the dome was really good. So if you're interested in that one, we do have someone vouching for it. So check it out. And we all love Nk Jemisin. Her masterclass, if you guys are for some reason not aware, is on masterclass.com. You can sign up for it to watch it. And apparently she talks world building, which is amazing because like she creates worlds that are like mind-blowing.
Amazing, yes.
So, and in case you haven't known, she's like the only person in history to win 3 Hugo Awards back to back for the same trilogy twice.
Yep.
So that's kind of amazing. Like it's never been done by anybody else. So
nope.
I plan to watch her masterclass at some point. If you're into masterclass, Issa Rae also has a really good one that I would recommend checking out. And Walter Mosley has one also.
Yes, he does. Mm-hmm.
So I started watching his, and I read one of his books, and then I got sidetracked. But it's an interesting perspective to take on it. So All that being said, you guys, we are coming up on an hour. So we're finna wrap this up. If you have watched this far and you have not tapped the like button, I can't tell you anymore, but I'm gonna try. Please tap the like button. Okay, I'm asking very nicely. Please tap the like button.
All right, tap it, damn it, tap it.
Aphrodite Lee is here. Hello, welcome. We're glad you could make it.
We're glad you made it, baby.
But yeah, so if you haven't already tapped the like button, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications and turn on the notifications so that you know when we do the Melanin Chat next week. And actually, this is an announcement. So next week, May 4th, Audra will not be here. She has life. So this is temporary though. She's coming back.
Coming back.
Back. I was about to make a One Piece reference, but I don't think anybody but Ben would have gotten it. So I'm going to refrain from
including
doing that.
Me. I would not have known what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so
Thank you, Aphrodite. She tapped it.
Thank
Yay.
you. Tap that button. Okay.
Yay. Hercules. Okay, I'm done. That's all I got.
Okay, you guys. There will be another guest host on the Melanin Chat next week. Some of you may know her. Her name is Neeks. She has a BookTube channel, so for sure check her out. She's amazing. So she's going to be a guest host next week, May 4th. And we're actually going to be talking about LGBTQ representation in fiction. So make sure you don't miss that one. We're going to have fun. I think that's everything. Tap the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Neeks will be here next week. Check out the Melanin Library if you have not visited here. If you have not visited the website. God dang. And also, if you would like more of us chatting and having a good time, we will be continuing this in the after chat, which if you're not aware, is for our patrons. $5 gets you in. You're supporting Written in Melanin, Black indie authors, the ones you see on screen, as well as the ones that, you know, we support through the Patreon. And
talking about stuff there that we don't talk about on this channel, y'all. Uncensored Melanin Chat.
Uncensored Melanin Chat. There we go. That's a really great way to put it, actually. And yeah, we have a great time. And it goes to supporting not only the Melanin Chat, but it goes to supporting Written in Melanin, the books by Black authors. So that's also Lacase's book. That's also my book. That's also any future books that go through Written in Melanin. That's also the Melanin Library. That is also Written in Melanin Publishing and the editing and everything else that we do, the websites, all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff.
And yes, we love listening. This is always on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m. EST, 3 p.m. CST. We are here.
Yeah. So, and just so you guys know, Antoine Mandela is here. He is the one that I told you about. His book comes out on Juneteenth. TJ Young and the Orishas, the Gatekeeper Staff. So be sure to check out his channel and check out his website because, like I said, he's got a lot of books and they're all dope. So make sure you show him some love if you can. Pre-order the book if you are able to do so. And that's it. That's all I can tell you guys. And that's it. Thank you for being here. And until next time, we hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, you guys.